Hi there, I am James LaVeck, and this is Life After Losses. This is a place where I share my thoughts as a double widower on what it means to live our lives after loss. Now, a lot of people spend years chasing a life that looks good. Good on paper, good to other people, good from the outside. And sometimes, by the time we realize it doesn't actually fit us, we've already built a lot around it. Now, today I want to talk about a different measure of success in entry 281, a life that fits. So let's dive into that one. Now, can I tell you something that I think a lot of people learn later that they'd like to? The life that actually fits you may not look impressive from the outside. It may not photograph well. It may not be Insta-worthy. It may not make anyone envious. It may not come with the kind of milestones that get applause, the promotions, the announcements, the updates people rush to share. And yet, it may be exactly right for you. And I think most of us grow up carrying borrowed ideas about what a good life is supposed to look like. We absorb them from family, from culture, from advertising, from watching what seems to get rewarded. And the message, if you listen closely enough, is pretty consistent. A good life is busy, it's recognized, it's upward, it's obvious, and then life happens. Now, sometimes through age, sometimes through disappointment, sometimes through grief or loss, or some experience that strips away everything that sounded good and forces you to pay attention to what actually feels true. That's when the picture starts to change. You begin to notice that some lives look impressive and feel hollow. Some lives look simple and feel genuinely rich. Some people are surrounded by noise and starving for peace. Some people seem to be completely ordinary to the outside world and quietly love their days. Now, that's not an argument against ambition. It's not a reason to stop wanting things or working towards them. It just means appearances don't tell the whole story, and they never really did. Now, I've thought about this a lot in my own life. From the outside, much of what I do probably looks pretty ordinary. Responsibilities, work, routines, the same kinds of things that most people deal with. And in many ways, that's true. But inside that ordinary life are things that matter deeply to me. Writing and sharing reflections that might help someone feel a little less alone. Creating something from real experiences that actually serves another person. Spending time with people I care about. Protecting my moments that feel real instead of constantly chasing moments that look important. Those things may not always appear grand from the outside, but they fit. And that word matters more to me than perfection ever could. Because perfection is a moving target. It keeps changing shape. It asks for more, then more again. It compares, it competes, and it rarely lets you rest. Fit is different. Fit asks you whether or not your life actually matches your values, whether your days make sense to who you are, whether the people around you feel like nourishment or like depletion, whether your building is costing too much because of who you are trying to maintain. Fit asks whether you can breathe inside your own life. Now, that doesn't mean a life that fits is an easy one. It still includes bills, stress, disappointment, loss, fatigue, and seasons where everything feels heavier than it should. It still asks real effort from you. But underneath all of that, there's a steadiness, a sense that even when life is hard and imperfect, it isn't fundamentally at war with who you are. I think grief changes how we understand this. When you've lost someone you love, or lost a version of your life you thought would continue, you stop being so easily hypnotized by appearances. You know how fragile things are. You know that someday isn't guaranteed. You know that a life can look beautiful from the outside and still carry private pain. And because of that, a lot of people become more honest. They start caring less about what sounds good and more about what feels real. That honesty, as hard as it is to arrive at, can change everything. Maybe the life that fits you includes creativity tucked into the margins of an otherwise practical week. Maybe it's a smaller circle of people and deeper relationships. Maybe it's work that pays a little less but costs a lot less of your spirit. And maybe it's a kind of stability you once thought was boring and now recognize as peace. Maybe it's beginning again in ways nobody else fully understands. And maybe it's joy that would look completely ordinary to someone else and feels precious to you. That's enough. More than enough. You don't need a life that wins on paper. You don't need a life that makes sense to everyone watching. You don't need to justify the shape of a life that genuinely fits who you are right now. What you need is honesty, the courage to notice what drains you, what restores you, what matters to you now, and what no longer does. Because that's really what we're after, isn't it? Not perfection, not image, not having everything figured out forever, just a life that feels true when you wake up inside of it. Now it's your turn. If nobody else were grading your life, what would fits me actually look like? What parts of your life already fit, even if you're stopped noticing them? What looks good from the outside but feels wrong on the inside? And what one change, small or significant, would move you closer to something that feels true to who you are right now? Give it a thought. And if you want to share, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Thank you.